You wake up before the sun. You put in the hours. You skip weekends. You push through the exhaustion. And at the end of every month, you check your bank account and feel that same hollow ache. Nothing changed again. If that sounds familiar, stay right here, because what I am about to share with you is not about working harder. It is about something far more powerful. And once you understand it, you will never see your situation the same way again. Meet Marcus, a 34-year-old craftsman living in a small town tucked between rolling hills and quiet farmland. Marcus was not lazy. He was one of the hardest workers anyone around him had ever known. Up at dawn, tools in hand, fixing broken things for people who could not afford to pay much, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. His workshop, a worn-down shed behind his rented house, a single bare bulb, tools passed down from his late father, and the faint smell of sawdust that never quite left his clothes. Every month, after rent, electricity, groceries, and his daughter Sophia's school fees, almost nothing remained. Some months he had to choose between patching his own leaking roof or buying his daughter new shoes for school. What broke Marcus was not the struggle itself. It was the silence inside the struggle. The feeling that no matter how much effort he poured in, the ground beneath him never shifted. One evening, Sophia came running into the workshop, clutching a school paper. "Pap, something had to change," but Marcus had no idea what or where to even begin. That answer was about to find him in the most unexpected place. A few weeks later, Marcus received a letter from Sophia's school. Tuition for the next term had gone up, not by a little, by nearly 40%. He went to ask for more time. The administrator was kind but firm. If the fees were not paid by month's end, Sophia would need to transfer. Marcus walked out into the rain. He did not run for cover. He just walked, slowly, letting the cold water soak through his jacket. That night, sitting alone in his shed with rain hammering the tin roof, he came face to face with a truth he had been avoiding his entire life. Hard work alone was not the answer. He had been grinding since he was a teenager, and the math still did not add up. There had to be something he was not seeing. The next morning, he walked into the town's small public library. He did not know what he was looking for. He just knew he needed a different kind of answer. A worn, unremarkable book caught his eye. Something about the psychology behind financial success. He took it home. Most of it was vague. But one section mentioned a retired businessman named Mr. Calloway who ran free weekend workshops on the connection between mindset and money. Marcus almost talked himself out of going. He was not the workshop type. But then he pictured Sophia's face, and he showed up. The room was simple. 15 people who all looked just as uncertain as he did, and at the front stood Mr. Calloway, calm, unhurried, with the quiet confidence of someone who had seen the bottom and climbed back up. He looked at the group and asked one question that stopped the room cold. How many of you genuinely believe you deserve to be wealthy? Silence. What happened next would not just challenge everything Marcus believed, it would completely rewire the way his mind worked. The 3-step system is coming up next, and it is simpler than you think. Mr. Calloway walked to the whiteboard and drew something simple. A radio dial. Think of your mind like a radio, he said. Most of you are locked onto a frequency I call the scarcity station. It plays the same tracks every single day. I cannot afford it. Money is for other people. I will never get ahead. And because that is all your mind hears, that is the only reality it builds for you. He drew a second dial beside the first. But there is another frequency. On this station, the programming is completely different. I am capable of earning more. Opportunities are all around me. I am building something real every single day. The question is, how do you change the station? Marcus leaned forward. This was exactly the thing he had not been able to name. Mr. Calloway laid out a simple 3-step daily practice. Step 1. Write down an exact income number. not a wish, a specific figure. Your brain cannot pursue a target it cannot see. Step 2. Every morning and every night, close your eyes and say out loud, I am so happy and grateful that I am now earning, and say your number. Picture it arriving. Feel what that security does for your family. Hold that image. Your mind cannot tell the difference between a vivid mental rehearsal and lived experience. When you rehearse success repeatedly, your brain begins working to make it real. Step 3. Every single morning, ask yourself one question. What is one thing I can do today to move closer to that number? Then do it. One step. That is enough. Marcus raised his hand. But I am just a craftsman. How does repeating words change any of that? Mr. Calloway smiled. Wrong question. The right question is, what could a craftsman become if he genuinely believed he could earn 10 times more? Right now, your brain is solving for survival. Give it a bigger target, and it will start solving for growth. You will begin seeing opportunities that were always there, ones your mind was filtering out because they did not match your old beliefs. Marcus went home that night and opened a blank notebook for the first time in years. What he wrote in it would change the next 12 months of his life completely. The results are next. Do not go anywhere. Marcus wrote down a specific number, 5 times what he currently earned, and calculated exactly what that meant each month. He wrote the affirmation. And the next morning at 5:30, before Sophia woke up, he sat in the quiet and began. The first week felt strange, almost foolish. His rational mind pushed back constantly. But he kept going. Every morning, every night. And after each session, he asked the one question, what can I do today? On the third day, that question produced an idea he had never once considered. A new restaurant was being built on the main road. He had walked past it dozens of times. That morning, he walked in. The owner needed 20 custom wooden tables. Marcus quoted a fair price. The owner agreed on the spot. That single contract was worth more than 2 full months of his usual repair work. The opportunity had been there for weeks. His mind simply had not been trained to see it. By month 2, 3 more business owners had reached out. A bakery, a small hotel, a furniture shop. His income that month tripled. By the end of month 3, Sophia's school fees were paid for the entire year. He upgraded his tools. He hired a young apprentice. And the biggest shift was not financial, it was in how he saw himself. He was no longer a struggling repairman. He was a craftsman building a business. 1 year later, Marcus had partnered with a local construction firm supplying custom woodwork for entire housing developments. Sophia came home one afternoon and said, "Papa, I told my friend that my father is a business owner." His eyes filled. But this time, not with sadness. Marcus had no degree, no capital, no connections. He had a brain, the exact same one you are using right now. The only difference is he decided to train it. So here is your challenge starting tonight. Write down the exact monthly income you want. A real number. Put it somewhere you will see it every day. Every morning and every night, close your eyes and say, "I am so happy and grateful that I am now earning." And say your number. Picture it. Feel it. 5 to 10 minutes. That is all. And every single day, ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goal? Then take one action, one conversation, one idea, one step. Small steps done consistently build extraordinary lives. If this story moved something in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Drop a comment and tell us, what number are you programming into your mind starting tonight? Subscribe to the Success Storyline for more stories that change the way you think and live. Stay patient, stay grateful, keep building.